Bob, good morning to you, and it's good evening here in India.
Good
So
evening.
nice to see you. And
Likewise.
this soundbite I'm recording before our show on Dr. M's launch, where I'm so glad that you accepted to be our guest and take the question and answers from the invitees. And that session is going to be recorded. And Kaizen, Kaizen, Kaizen. And honestly, I've seen 62 different versions of what Kaizen means, but I stick to what my sensei, late Masaki Imai, has told me is change for the better.
Yes.
Stopping there. So why focus on Kaizen is what you had put up in 5 slides. Would like you to, I was very curious because somewhere down that in the 5th slide or so, you had put lean tools and put a question mark. Can you elaborate on that and take us to the 5 slides so that I can pass it on to the invitees and seek their questions? Over to you, Bob.
Absolutely. Okay, let me share a screen here. And the question is, why, or not the question, the statement is why you should focus on Kaizen. And so let me explain why you should focus on Kaizen. So first of all, Toyota Production System, the development of TPS produced the Toyota way. So if you think of this hierarchically, in terms of a timing and sequence, what comes first, second, and third, TPS comes before the Toyota way. And TPS is more important than the Toyota way because TPS is what produced the Toyota way. But what's more important than TPS is Kaizen, because Kaizen is the method that created TPS. And you can see in the quote from Toyota chairman Akio Toyoda that Kaizen and the mindset and the spirit of TPS itself represent the values that Toyota has long treasured. So Kaizen is fundamental to Toyota's being. So what's most important is Kaizen, then TPS, and then the Toyota way in that order. And of course, these things evolve as times change, particularly TPS and the Toyota way. Kaizen evolves as well, but kind of in a different way. So, so what we have here graphically is the most important thing is Kaizen. TPS is very important. Toyota way is less important. Kaizen, if you practice that, you will create your company's production system. And from that, you will create your company's way. Now, by production system, I mean management system. Don't understand production system narrowly as production activities. And when you think of it more broadly, everybody in the company is producing something, some product or service. It's entirely a service-oriented business. They're manufacturing some kind of service. So I'd like you to just think of the word production as management, the management system. So if you follow sequence, that's how you build your management system and your way, your company way. Now, most people are greatly enamored with lean tools. They flock to lean tools. Everybody loves lean tools. This is partly because it's in our, embedded in our history of humanity for survival. The tools are very useful and very helpful for that. But if we maintain this tool perspective, we never build new systems. We stay stuck in the tools, and that always keeps us behind the times when new systems are needed in order to keep up with the times. So if people just mess around with lean tools all the time, you're not really building anything. Nothing is really happening of any significance. I mean, yes, you've made some improvements, and there's some things you've done that you can be proud of, and you've learned some things, and you've gained some know-how, but fundamentally you haven't built a new system. So why is that? Why aren't we able to build a new system with lean tools? Well, I distinguish 2 types of lean, type 1 and type 2 lean. Let's talk about type 2 lean first. Type 2 lean, people are working with lean tools, and you get some small gains, but fundamentally, there's no significant change in preconceptions. There may be change in a few preconceptions, like the realization that there's a lot of waste in every kind of work process and so forth. But there's economic, social, political, historical, philosophical, aesthetic, legal. There's all kinds of other categories of preconceptions that go unchanged if we just focus on lean tools. And so when we have no preconceptions, that means we're in what's called a single loop learning mode, which means the feedback that we get from the use of our tools does not fundamentally change how we think, and therefore we remain stuck in the status quo. And something entirely different is going on with Kaizen, where we are engaged in a process of discovery as we go from the old way of doing things, classical management, to the new way of doing things, progressive management, lean management, or TPS, Toyota way. We are engaging in a discovery process and making large gains. People think of Kaizen as incremental improvement, but it's much more than that. We have huge opportunities to create large gains. This changes our preconceptions because the feedback that we get is influencing the preconception. The feedback that we get from Kaizen is having a big impact on changing our preconceptions, and that leads to evolution and progress. And the evolution and progress in question particularly is our management system and how we lead people in the organization. And so, lean tools are nice, they're helpful. It takes quite a bit of work with them to gain mastery of those tools, but still, you're not really changing the system by the use of lean tools. And what we're trying to do, of course, is change the system to go from a seller's market, batch and queue, material and information processing to a buyer's market flow type of processing that eliminates the queue time, improves the quality and safety and reduce costs and so on. But that's what we have to do. We have to engage in type 1 lean. Kaizen is fundamental. This is the foundation for changing the system. Tools don't change the systems. Kaizen method does.
Thank you, Bob. And this gives the foundation for all my invitees, all our invitees, Bob, to ask whatever questions that they want, because whenever you open Bob's website, all what he asks you is to ask him questions. So here we have an opportunity on Dr. M's launch where Bob will be taking all the questions that you have. You can give it to us in writing, or when we have interaction, face-to-face interaction, Bob will field all those questions for you. Thank you very much, Bob. And
you're welcome.
I'm forwarding this to all my invitees. Take care and stay blessed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Look forward to it.